Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again, to another weekly journal. I am so happy to be with you today and talk about what I was working this week. If you're new here, my name is Catalina and I'm the person behind by Catalina Designs, and I try to come here every week to show you what I was working on, what my projects are, and sometimes I do have some suggestions or questions from your side, and I'm trying to do my best and clarify all of this. So if you think that this is interesting for you, because I also publish video tutorials about my designs, with my designs, step-by-step process. So if you think that this will be something that you will want to watch, then please subscribe to my channel. So now let's just get started with the weekly journal. Okay, so this was an interesting week. It was my kind of week because I only crochet, except of some content making for Instagram and for other social media, but besides that I didn't work on the computer, didn't have to write patterns, so it was perfect. What I do have to write a few patterns, but anyways, like the Lindsay bag, like the pride yarn blouse, which I don't know how I would call it, this version of the Starry Night blouse, which I just finished it. So we will talk more about this. And yeah, so I kind of crochet a lot. Because of not having this computer work, I kind of this is the job that I enjoy so much. But of course, the next week I will start to work on the patterns, and it won't be that fun anymore. So anyways, so let's just get started and show you what I was working on this week. Okay, so first I was talking about, and I think I showed you in a previous weekly journals, I got this beautiful yarn by Expression Fiber Arts, who asked me to remake one of my old patterns, which is the Starry Night blouse. And I'm pretty happy with the result. I did a few changes and I was talking about them in my previous weekly journals where I was working on this blouse. And yeah, I'm kind of happy on how this turned on, and I hope that the pattern will work pretty okay and everything will be nice. So most of the time I was working on this, and I do want to film a video tutorial, because for my previous Starry Night blouse I didn't made one. So I know that these video tutorials are much appreciated from your side. There are so many people that are like visual makers, and every time a video tutorial is pretty useful. So yeah, I hope I will start the next week to work on this pattern. For this one I used 100% merino, and yesterday I was washing it, blocking it, and I was a pretty because I will put a video over here with the process. I just posted on here on YouTube Shorts and also on my Instagram account, and the sleeves were shorter, or at least, and it was shorter, a bit shorter. So I was because we were just talking about how merino stretches after wet blocking, and I didn't want it to get too big, but I kind of managed to place the stitches, to stick to the measurements, which is pretty difficult with merino. I know that I told you that with merino you can try to put it in the dryer on a delicate program for about 10 minutes, and then the water will just get out from the fiber and it might not stretch that much. But I didn't want it to try with this one because it's the only yarn that I got, and because it's hand-dyed yarn, I didn't want it to risk it. So every time it's recommended to check the label or to previous try with a swatch before doing that. It is helpful. I tried it with different merino projects, but I didn't want it to risk with this one, so that's why I put it in the washing machine on a delicate program, wool program, for about 40 minutes, and then I was just laying it flat. And I find it pretty difficult because if you worked before with merino, you know that after it's wet, it's really heavy and it's stretching so much. Yeah, I know that if you're taking into account this thing from the beginning and you are doing your sample smaller, then you might get to the right size. But the problem is that it will get stretched into the length more and not on width. Anyway, I manage. I'm happy with the result. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So this was one of the project that I was working on, and then I want to finish the ripple skirt, and I kind of get more length of it. I do want to make it like a full length, like a maxi skirt, or as much as the yarn will allow me, because this is the only yarn that I have, so I don't have any. And yeah, so this is the progress on the skirt. I'll put here maybe a short video with how was it looking, maybe another weekly journal where I was showing to you. And yeah, I want to finish it. Maybe this weekend I will have enough time. I calculated somehow, and I will need 30 more rows because I'm about to go with 50 centimeters more into the length. And let's just see, I don't know, maybe I will have time, maybe I will not. I know I showed you a long time ago, also into the weekly journals, this knitting sweater that I started to make with the footprints from Lang yarn, which is a sock yarn, and I'm using 8mm needles for this one. And look at the colors, I really like it. And now I think, because I'm working it from bottom up, and I think I will stop with the length. I counted that I have 51 rounds, so maybe I will work 60, and then I will start to split for the armholes. And yeah, I hope that I will have it done for the summer vacation, because it will be a nice light sweater to have it, I don't know, in the evenings or so on. But until I won't finish with the other project, I don't want to start with this one, because this one was like my lazy project where I wasn't in a mood to work to anything else. So I said, okay, I will work on this one. And another project, oh, this was the third one. I think most of the time I have 3 projects that I'm working on, and now it's like the 4th. This started like I wasn't expecting that I will start to do this right now, but this is the Fern top that I made last year, and now I started to work in length. And I have to confess, because with my first, well, it was called back then summer crocheted top, because I wasn't that good at names. Not that I'm good at names now, but at least now if I don't have an idea, I'm just asking into my community, and you are great. So a great way to search for names. And for the previous, my first one, I also turned it into a dress. It's like called long time dress because it took me a lot of time to finish it. Not because it's working that hard, but because yeah, I didn't had I had time to work on it. But my first idea when I started to work on this top, and you can believe me, it was to make a jumpsuit. I was too soon into this designing process, and I think I got scared or support about this thing. But now I find that the jumpsuits are not as scary as they look, especially if you are not looking for a closer fit. Then it's perfect, because then you can go wide like a skirt pants or something. So, and you just need to split into legs, and I think that's it. So that's why I started with this long bottom line, because I wanted to have to be able to dress the jumpsuit, and that's why I started like this. So now I think I have a few more rounds to go, because this will have a cord in the waist, and this will be like oversized over here, and then it will start the skirt. So even if it's looking pretty long like this will come up like so, being overlapped, or I don't know how to show you. Maybe I will dress it too. And I measured because I did some increases. I wanted to be wider, but I do think that I needed to add more, because maybe on the right side, working on the only on the right side like I'm doing with the skirt version over here, maybe my gauge change, or even it might be possible that my gauge change through in 1 year, because this is something that can also happen. So yeah, now I don't really know if I should do some more increases or not. I'm stuck with this project for the moment, but yeah, anyways, I will see what if it will turn into what I'm picturing or not. So yeah, these were the projects that I was working on. Now next week I need to start and write some patterns, because I do have this pattern, because I need to change and write it all over. So everything, all the math, everything will be done from the beginning. So it will be kind of a brand new pattern. And all the Starry Night blouse won't be available anymore. But anyways, with everybody who purchased that pattern, they can have a copy of the updated version as well. So don't worry. And yeah, now I think that was it for this week with what I was working on. And I didn't forget about the request of Marin to explain how to work a hoodie, or to show you how to work a hoodie. I know that I have something like that. Well, I have a small hoodie jumper that I made for my daughter, I think when she was 2 years old. The pattern is available on Hobby website, and I think I will do the reverse thing, so kind of trying to undo that hoodie and explain you what I was doing with that, because it will be easy to put it back, so it won't be a problem. And also I did save the video tutorial from the bunny sweater, the portion with the hoodie that I was making, because that one is single crochet. I told you, I think last week, that I add a few short rows to just make it, you'll see. And I have that portion of a video, and I will try to edit it to match this explanation. And I hope that everything coming together nicely, and you will understand the marine, and all of you who are interested into knowing how to work a hoodie, maybe you will find something useful in this video. So okay, now let's just get started and explain what is with this hoodie thingy. Okay, so this is the small hoodie that I was talking about, and I will use it for the reverse process of how to make a hoodie. This will help me to show you faster than working on an actual hoodie, and to put it back it won't be difficult at all. So this hoodie has a folded brim over here because I wanted to add the cord. So I will just undo this because this is like seamed, and then I will show you the rest of it. Okay, so now that I finished this, I will undo the seaming over here. I don't know exactly from where I started, if I started from over here or not. To join this together, I used slip stitches this time, so it wasn't like a seaming. Let's see if this is the thread or not. I think I weaved in this end, so now it's difficult to find where it starts. I'm sorry if this is annoying you and make you wait. Maybe I will cut it on the editing, not let you wait this. Okay, so I think I got it, and it wasn't from this side. Anyways, I can show you like this, only that I hope I didn't ruin anything. Yeah, basically right now I just removed the slip stitches entirely. Anyways, I will try to show you like this. I will fix this, no worries. Okay, so now this is the piece that I crocheted around the neckline. So I started because I wanted to fold this brim. I just started. You need your front to divide it in half because you want to start from the half. So either you're counting the entire stitches if you don't have a raglan construction as I have here. Either you're counting the entire stitches and make sure that you're starting in the middle, because we want this hood to start from the middle. Okay, and then I just simply started. Here is my foundation chain, and I simply started to work into the foundation chain because I wanted this to be folded. I just started with a chain on my hook like 6 stitches, or I don't know how many I have here, and then I continue and work in the rounds. For this particular pattern, I didn't made any decreases, so the entire piece is worked straight up without having any decreases or increases, sorry. So you're basically working back and front, back and front, back and front. And I was telling you for this video that when I got to the middle of the back, mostly, I just stopped, okay? And then after having this piece like this, you're just folding it like this and join this side. So this is the process of making the hoodie. If you think that your neckline is too narrow and you want your hoodie to be wider, then you can make a few increases along the side on this rounds. It depends on how large you want your hoodie to be, but usually I never had like a hoodie made like with this proportion to work half of the rounds for the back and not to fit properly so on the head. So I think this will work, but anyways, if you want to add a few rows, a few stitches more, then you can do that. I really hope I can fix that. I can okay. So it's revealing nicely now, and only the row is getting here. So basically this is it with the hoodie. It's not that complicated as it seems, and again you can do this as half as I explained it before. So you can work this half and then stitch the entire thing. And here to make it in the round, if you're working like this, then you decrease a bit, a few stitches, and going like this. And this is how you avoid having this this corner over here. With this piece worked entirely, it's difficult to do that. Maybe you can work then leave this a portion over here and then start working a few more rows here, but I think it will look weird. So this is the most simplest, easiest way to make a hoodie. For the second method, I'm using an old video from the time that I was making this bunny sweater for my daughter, but the voiceover is new. I'm just recording this so that I can explain you exactly what is it with this type of hoodie. I do think that this hoodie will work, or this method will work for single crochet stitches better. So first, the process is the same. We will start in the middle of the front panel because we want that the hoodie will start at the middle of the front panel. So you need to count the stitches and then start into the middle, and we will rejoin yarn. And the process will be similar with the other method that I was showing you. We will just work across the neckline. We will work single crochet rows in this case, and the length of the hoodie will be the same. So we will work until our piece, our hoodie, is approximate at the middle of the back, or has half of the number that you made for the back panel, number of rows. Again, if you want the hoodie to be wider, you can add a few increases while working on this piece. And after finishing the length of the hoodie, I will show you how I do like to finish this off, it to look nicer in the end. And I think it can be adjusted
for other stitch patterns, but by me, if we are working that piece separately. I will show it to you right away into the next frame what I'm talking about. So this is after finishing the length of the hoodie, and I just marked in the middle 8 stitches, or you can add more depending on how do you want to be that portion in the middle. It's kind of I don't know, half of the edges, let's just say, and we will start only with this section in the middle. So 1 2 3 4 5. I'm trying to figure out how many single crochet. 8. I think there were 8 if I remember correctly. And now we will slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. I found this technique, I find it on socks actually, and it's looking pretty nice on the hoodie as well. This technique, it's used on the socks just to go higher with the heel, to work the heel of the sock. So then we will work 2 slip stitches, and we will always work only into these 8 stitches in the middle. And of course these 8 stitches need to be proportional with the size of the hoodie. So now I will skip those 2 slip stitches and I will work only into the 8 stitches that I have. So 8 single crochets. And then into the other side I will go again with 2 slip stitches and turn again. And we will repeat this process until we will finish and have no stitches left on the right side of this hoodie. So this section in the middle, if you're working in a different stitch pattern, can be worked separately, and then you can join with the sides, because this type of joining with slip stitches will work on smaller stitches like single crochet over here. So now I will continue and slip stitch into the other side and continue like this until I won't have any stitches left, and I will get to those to that corner. And this is how is looking the hoodie right now after finishing everything. And now you can go around with an edge and add a nice border to it so it doesn't look that weird. This is also adding a bit of a width in the top part of the hoodie, unless you will stitch the 2 edges of the hood. This is kind of looking a bit differently. So this is my second method that I like to make, but again it's working in single crochet or into other stitch pattern, but you need to work that section in the middle separately. So I hope this was helpful.
Okay, so this was it for the weekly journal from today. I hope that this was something that you will find useful and you will use in your next future hoodie projects. Marin, let me know if this was helpful in a way, or if you have any other questions, or anybody who has any other questions or suggestions of about what to talk here or what to show, it will be great. I do have a suggestion for more Tunisian crochet projects or tops for summer, because I do have one, but yeah, maybe something more lacy or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't think I will have time for this season to wear something like that, but I will try to find something in Tunisian crochet and start to wear something in Tunisian crochet into my future projects. So thank you so much for being here with me today for another weekly journal. It was amazing as usual, and yeah, see you next week. Bye.